for you guys joining along here on the broadcast this afternoon here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The Zombie Auto 150 for the NASCAR K&N East Series. Lights are out on the Chevrolet Camaro safety car. Sam Mayer, the #1 qualifier. New track record yesterday. Blasted the track record, 128 miles an hour. He will start on the outside of road #1. Tanner Gray on the inside of road #1. Of course, Gray, the defending NHRA Pro Stock World Champion, opting to come over to NASCAR for the 2019 season and try his hand. Riley Herbst will roll off the 3rd spot. Chase Cabri rolls off 4th. Ruben Garcia running for the Mexico Championship, coming off a win last weekend in that series, also running in the K&N Series as well. Spencer Davis will start 6th. Natalie Decker rolls off 7th. We get set to go green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Just wrapped up a tremendous Alsco 300, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Green flag in the air. We are racing at Bristol with Sam Mayer on the break, but he is challenged immediately by the 4 car of Chase Cabri. K&N Series racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. First of 2 races in the 2019 season. We'll welcome these cars and drivers. But 2 cars get together. 3 cars get together. Natalie Decker collected here on the front straightaway. Caution flies for the first time here in the Zombie Auto 150, and it's on lap #1. So we're 1 lap in and 4 laps so far run under caution here this afternoon here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Welcome aboard Fans Choice TV. We've got a bit of work to do here on the racing surface. A lot of kitty litter down out there as we try to soak up the fluids as we've got the #6 car hooked up. And let's go downstairs to Hannah.
One of those drivers collected in this first lap wreck, Riley Herbst here in that number 17 DGR Crosley Toyota. What happened from your point of view?
Yeah, I have no idea. I was just going straight. Next thing I knew, I was in the inside wall. Cars killed, but it really sucks because I thought we had a good shot at winning this deal today. You know, it just really sucks because we had a really fast Monster Energy Toyota Camry, and we're out with lap 1.
We're looking at the car here, actually, and it doesn't look like too much damage cosmetically. What do you guys think it was that took you out here?
The car's killed. Look at the right side of the thing.
Oh yeah, I can't see the right side over here. So Riley Herbst out in today's K&N race.
Yeah, Hannah, I could tell you I can see the right side, and it's pretty well used up.
What a douchebag.
So Riley Herbst in trouble here on lap number 1. The K&N Series comes into Bristol. Derek Kraus is the points leader. Thankfully for him, he was able to avoid all the carnage there of that lap 1 incident. Brandon McReynolds comes in second place. Sam Mayer, who starts on the pole, currently in third place in the K&N East Series. Colin Garrett and Anthony Sergi, your top 5. And Ruben Garcia, the 7th place driver in the K&N East Series, going to get quite a points hit here this afternoon. And welcome back, Tom Taylor.
Thank you, sir. So while I'm coming up through, we've had from down at the pre-race to up through the elevators, we've already had a typical Bristol start here, right? A little beating and banging.
Things got a little bit close, and people ran out of real estate, and in the end is we've got some used up race cars. The good news is, looks like Natalie Decker's car is able to soldier on, not the way she wanted to start her day, but Natalie Decker's first trip to the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's like and check that. She is not back on the racetrack. I thought she was going to come back out, but they have now pushed that car behind the wall. So it looks like maybe 3 cars taken out by that incident.
So Sam Mayer leads the way, of course, right there behind him in the white Toyota, Max Siegel Toyota's Chase Cabaret.
And the question is what's going on with the 15 car? That's the question right now, as Tanner Gray is on pit road. A lot of work on the back end of that machine.
Spencer Davis is listed as 3rd in the lineup, of course. The 54 machine coming in 4th, Drew Dollar. And rounding out the top 5, the 16 machine of Derek Kraus, your points leader. That Mike Curb, Napa Auto Parts, Curb Records, Toyota. There's your top 5. And again, Kraus winning the inaugural race of the season at New Smyrna Beach, only the 2nd race of the season here at Bristol. And they will come back in August, which is a really cool compliment to this racing series. So we will have a quadruple header coming back here in August with this series. Of course, the Gander Truck Series, the UNOH 200 presented by Ohio Logistics, new sponsor on board, and the Food City 300, the Xfinity Series, and of course the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. So a quadruple header back here in August. Got to get your tickets and get back in here. We have been treated some great racing this afternoon. We'll finish up some great racing here, and certainly tomorrow we're looking for a barn burner here, some beating and banging of the Food City 500. Let's go down and check out our good friend Jose. Jose, what do you got for us, my friend?
Hey, thank you so much. We're down here hanging out. Honestly, we're having a good time. We want to get some more of this race in. It's been an exciting start to that race. We got Brian from Virginia. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Did you enjoy that first lap?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get exciting, isn't it?
It's going to get real good.
We're definitely going to see some zombies out there in those cars, I'm sure. It's going to be a pretty wild one. You're going to watch it. But let's play a quick game with you. Are you ready to play Food City Shuffle?
Let's go.
I like it. He's a man of few words. Let's play. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to hide a gift card in a paper bag from Food City. We're going to shuffle them around. You got to pick it. If you find it, I give you some Food City gift cards. Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look up on Colossus TV up here, and we're going to take a look. We're going to drop that Food City gift card and then shuffle the bags. Keep an eye on it. Where do you think it's going? Oh, that's a quick one. Uh-oh. All right, what do you think? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
All right, he's going with 3. Let's see. Is it 3? We're going to look. It even faked you out with the 3. Well, you know what? You've been such a good sport. How about I hook you up with some Food City gift cards anyways?
That works for me.
All right, I like it. Look at this right here. How about a Food City gift card for $25? Thank you so much to our friends at Food City. Now get out there and get you some good eats right there. What are we cooking tonight?
Probably a steak.
Ooh, I like steak. We're about ready to go back. Zombie Auto 150 is kicking off here in just a second. So thank you guys so much for coming out and having a good time. It's Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol.
So the lights are off on the Chevrolet Camaro safety car. We will try this again. And once again, Tanner Gray coming to the pits. They've got a lot of bear bond on the back of that race car, so some damage to the rear of the 15. So he also getting a piece of that action there on that first lap caution. So here we go. Going to try to get back into action, trying to get a little, maybe get a little rhythm going here. Maybe put a few laps down.
Pace car off. Here we go. You have Sam Mayer and Chase Cabre. Let's see who's going to go, and it's going to be Mayer coming off. And into turn 1 and 2. On the gas. Cabre's right behind him and down the backstretch. Into 1. Sam Mayer with a lead. Again, he goes up top and back in, comes around a little bit on him in 3 and 4. Cabre chasing him, and right behind them is the 54, Drew Dollar.
Drew Dollar had a good day yesterday in practice, one of the quicker cars. He's going to try to show that here this afternoon. Meanwhile, we'll watch Haley Deegan as she tries to come through the pack after some mechanical issues yesterday. Had an engine problem. They have switched out the engine in that car, but Haley now mired in the back of the pack right now, trying to get around the machine of Rafael Lazard right now.
There's a big old wad going into 3 and 4. Keep an eye on that, fans, because that may get real interesting real quick because they're all wadded up coming out of 4. Lazard, the 20 machine of Anthony Sergis there. The 74 of Brandon McReynolds, all going into 3 and 4 now. Trying to separate themselves a bit. Check that Brittany Zamora's there in the Napa Filters Toyota for Bill McAnally. She's back there as well.
Give a call to Derek Kraus right now, the points leader in the East Series. He's having a good, solid run right now, right in front of Brandon McReynolds. Kraus, of course, the winner of the season opener. Picked up the win down at New Smyrna. Also ran top 3 last week. Up car around here on the front straightaway. Caution number 2.
Brandon Oakley coming out of 4. Lost it momentarily in the spun and saved the car, but brings out the caution, as Dave said, number 2 here in the Zombie Auto 1. right there on the back bumper is the 30 of Spencer Davis as they go into 1 and 2.
Brandon McReynolds in the mix there as well. McReynolds going to look to the high side. He's going to battle right now with the 54 of Drew Dollar. Good side-by-side racing there. Put Max McLaughlin in the middle of that. Of course, the son of Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the high side. He's going to give that spot away. So looks like Brandon McReynolds on the march right now, currently running in the 4th spot on the racetrack. Mayer out in front by about 3 car lengths back to Chase Cabry, and then Spencer Davis about 5 or 6 more car lengths behind them. Brandon McReynolds runs in 4th, and Drew Dollar runs in 5th. Derek Kraus getting in line behind Brandon McReynolds. Those are the 2 guys battling for the championship early on in the 2019 K&N season. Kraus right up to the back bumper of McReynolds and that number 74.
Going into that 1 and 2 turns, it is the 74 holding off for the moment. The Napa machine of Derek Kraus, your points leader. And he won the race, the first one of the season down at New Smyrna Beach. He'll ease up on him again, and the 74, Brandon McReynolds in that Chevrolet. Crew Chief Bill Goffin watching very closely, and there's a wad coming out of 1 and 2 down the backstretch now.
Into the top 10 now. Haley Deegan up to the 10th spot in that 19 car. She started shotgun on the field today after losing an engine in final practice yesterday. She's going to have to be patient, kind of pick her way through here. But she's already put Brittany Zamora in her back on her back bumper, and Haley Deegan going to try to work her way through the pack and work her way toward the front. She was quick in practice yesterday, 3rd fastest on the leaderboard before they lost an engine at the very end of practice last night.
Going into 1 and 2, Mason Diaz and Colin Garrett right now having a battle, going down the backstretch into 3 and 4.
Leaders have kind of spread themselves out right now. Sam Mayer with a healthy advantage right now over 2nd place. Margin is about 0.6 of a second. Back to Chase Cabry in the 4 car.
Diaz, by the way, and Garrett are battling for that 8th spot right now on the track. 31 laps in of 150. The ZombieAuto.com 150. The winner a year ago was Todd Gillian. Other winners of this event: Harrison Burton, Chad Fincham, Kyle Benjamin, Eddie McDonald, Dylan Kwasniewski, and Nelson Piquet Jr. have been winners. 7 different winners of this race here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the K&N Series.
Yeah, never a repeat winner. That looks like it's probably going to hold true here today as well. Boy, give a call to Harrison Burton. He had a nice job today. Did a great job in the Alsco 300, his first start in JGR's number 18 Toyota. Harrison Burton comes home with a top 10 finish after winning this race here just 2 years ago and finishing runner-up last year in this race.
Up on Colossus, you saw the handling situation. Mason Diaz giving him some fits right now. Has been fighting that wheel pretty hard going into 3 and 4. The 24 machine trying to hold off the 19 of Haley Deegan right now.
Yeah, Haley up to the 9th spot right now. She wants the number 8 position on the racetrack. Done a nice job thus far working her way through traffic.
And she looks coming out of 4 is going to be side by side with the 24 of Diaz going into 1. And Haley Deegan looks like, and she does, take that away from Mason Diaz.
So puts Mason Diaz in the rearview mirror and now has Max McLaughlin right in front of her. Another position she can get before the
she's on a march.
Midway point of this race.
Lap 37 now, clipped off here again at Bristol Motor Speedway. Deegan coming out of 4 with, as David said, Max McLaughlin right in her crosshairs. Going into 1 and 2. Down on the Bristol bite, coming out of 2 and coming up side by side McLaughlin. She may take him coming out of 3 and 4, and she does. Haley Deegan passes Max McLaughlin, moves up another spot to the 7th spot. Now she'll go to work on Derek Kraus.
Got some good battles back in the pack. Sam Mayer has no competition out front right now. He has opened up a substantial, almost 0.8 of a second lead right now over the 2nd place car of Chase Cabry, and then it is a long way back, 4.5 seconds back to the 3rd place car of Spencer Davis out of Dawsonville, Georgia.
Haley Deegan going around some lap traffic of Chuck Buchanan.
Yeah, Buchanan had a tough day yesterday. Got involved in an incident during practice, unable to get the car back together in time for qualifying. So he and Haley also had to, he also started at the rear of the pack for today's race, the Zombie Auto 150.
So having got around Chuck Buchanan, the only thing between Haley Deegan and Derek Krause is concrete right now. She comes out of 4, and he is trying to get around Brandon McReynolds, the number 16 machine, your points leader.
He's been chasing Brandon McReynolds for the last 15 or 20 laps and hasn't been able to do anything with him. And I'm sure by now his spotter has gotten in his ear and said, hey, the 19 is coming. You need to do something.
Sam Mayer getting ready to come up on the back of Brandon Oakley. Lap traffic. Lap 45 out of 150 here, the Zombie Auto 150.
Sam Mayer has led all the way, 15 years of age, but he's just now getting ready to experience lapped traffic at Bristol. That can be the great equalizer as he goes around Brandon Oakley, the 22 car. Lap traffic has taken some of the best out of contention over the years. It is a tough place to run.
Brittany Zamora and Colin Garrett are in a battle right now. That would be for the 10th spot. Zamora trying to hold off Garrett. And so far she has, coming out of 4 in that Napa machine. But there comes Garrett trying to go low and pass her, take over that number 10 spot.
Haley Deegan's been running the high side. Pretty much everybody has been running in the Bristol Bite, running on the bottom groove. Haley Deegan, the last few laps, has been trying to find a quicker way around the racetrack, and she is about middle groove as she goes through the corners right now. Not all the way out to the wall, but going up higher than the other drivers, trying to find some grip up there, trying to find a way to maybe gain some ground on Derek Krause.
Zamora again still holding off Garrett as they battle for that 10th spot on the track. As the field is kind of separated now.
50 laps into the Zombie Auto 150 here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Third of the way home here on a beautiful Sunsplash caution on the Speedway.
And that is a mandatory caution. They're running this race in stages. So here at lap 51, the caution will fly. So 53 laps in the book. We're running 150 laps here this afternoon, the Zombie Auto 150 for the NASCAR K&N Series. So Haley, by virtue of having to make that second pit stop, will restart tail end of the field. Green flag in the air, and we are racing at Bristol. Sam Mayer with Chase Cabry to the inside. Mayer's going to take the high side and take the lead off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Give a call to Drew Dollar with a good solid third place run. He's hanging in there with Spencer Davis right on his back bumper. And then here comes Derek Kraus as he gets around the 74 Brandon McReynolds. So Derek Kraus up now to the 5th position on the racetrack as he bypasses his points rival and sets his sights on the 4th place car of Spencer Davis. Everybody running single file right now. Haley Deegan trying to work her way through the field one more time. Good battle on the racetrack right now for the 3rd position. Spencer Davis trying to take that spot away. Drew Dollar's got it. Spencer Davis wants it, and he's about a half a car length behind as they roar down the back straightaway and into turn 3.
Sam Mayer, currently 3rd in points, leads this at lap number 58 of 150.
Tell you what, Derek Kraus spent all that time working trying to get around McReynolds, and now McReynolds is knocking on the back door as they go into turn 3. McReynolds goes to the bottom. Kraus on the high side. McReynolds is going to clear him and take the spot back. Oh, Derek Kraus is beating the steering wheel right now. Did not want to see that happen.
That is 1 and 2 in the points right now. Kraus, your points leader. McReynolds, 2nd in points. And right now, the number 2 man leads it, but lots of racing left here at Bristol. McReynolds out of 4 with a car length lead over Derek Kraus.
Brandon McReynolds just got up on the wheel and took that spot back. Mine, you can't have it. Sam Mayer out in front. He's about a half a second in front of Chase Cabry. That was a lot of the margin in that first segment here this afternoon. Sam Mayer, 15 years of age, blasted around here last night with a new K&N Series track record here at Bristol at 128 miles an hour.
The ladies are running 10th and 11th right now. Brittany Zamora currently 10th, and Haley Deegan running 11th at this point. So 10th and 11th occupied by the ladies, hoping to make a big splash in NASCAR, and they've got a good start here. They've had a good beginning in their career.
Best side-by-side battle on the racetrack is Max McLaughlin and Colin Garrett. Garrett in the 18 to the inside. McLaughlin on the high side, the number 1. Go, Garrett's car slips, and McLaughlin powers past him. Garrett had him cleared, and then the car slipped as he went through 1 and 2. So Max McLaughlin retains the spot out there. He will remain at number 8 on the racetrack. Check that, number 7 on the racetrack here this afternoon, here in segment 2.
Sam Mayer and Chase Cabry making his 3rd start here at Bristol. Sam Mayer is his maiden voyage here around the high banks of Bristol in this series.
15 years of age, picking him up and putting him down right now. Margin is almost 0.8 of a second.
What's that put him, 9th grade? 9th or 10th grade?
Something like that.
Unbelievable. Your leader's 15 years old, depending on what school system is in, either in 9th or 10th grade, leading at Bristol Motor Speedway. You don't think that's an adrenaline rush for a 15-year-old kid or young man?
I wonder what time his curfew is. So Sam Mayer large and in charge right now. Chase Cabry all alone in 2nd place. Drew Dollar runs in 3rd. Spencer Davis runs in 4th. Brandon McReynolds holds serve against Derek Kraus for 5th and 6th. McLaughlin is in 7th. Cole Garrett in 8th. Brittany Zamora 9th. And Haley Deegan locked in that 10th position right now. She can't get around Zamora, her teammate.
Battle coming out of 4 between Zamora, Deegan, and the 50 ride of Rafael Lessard. Going into 1 and 2, they're single file on the Bristol bite.
Rafael Lessard not going to be a gentleman. He's going to get right up on the back bumper and try to make something happen here. He's going to charge to the high side on the outside of Haley Deegan, then drop to the bottom as they come off turn 4. Rafael Lessard looks to the inside but can't make it happen.
So for the moment, Zamora and Deegan hold him off, but he is still coming down that backstretch, going into 3 and 4.
Oh, he's got some position this time as he gets up on the outside of Haley Deegan's right side of her Toyota. She pulls away.
Holds him off for the moment, coming out of 2 down the backstretch.
That would be 17-year-old Rafael Lessard. And 16-year-old Haley Deegan.
He's almost side by side now, going into 3. Gave her a little
gets into the
tap.
back bumper.
He tapped her and she wobbles, but she rights the ship and keeps going. But Lessard tapped her and got around her.
I told you he wasn't going to be a gentleman about that.
Let's see what she does to retaliate if she gets a chance. Maybe she'll give him a little Bristol tap.
I'm not sure she's going to get the opportunity as he goes after the Toyota of Brittany Zamora right in front of him. Rafael Lessard trying to work his way through traffic here this afternoon, currently running in the 10th position.
He's got a nose in on Zamora as he goes in on 3 and tries to, and she pinches him off for the moment. Zamora will stay out in front, but Rafael Lessard wants that spot. He'll go into 1 and 2. He's trying to take that number 9 spot away from Brittany Zamora. And Haley Deegan's caught back up with him, so they're going to be facing a lap car here coming out of 4. That would be the 87 of Buchanan.
Yeah, Chuck Buchanan right in the way, and here goes Rafael Lessard on the high side, and Deegan and Zamora almost get together in the exit of 2, and that opens the door, and they lose the spot right there, and Rafael Lessard is off to the races.
Also gives a chance for Mason Diaz, the 24 machine, to sneak by.
Diaz taking full advantage of that situation. I bet Chuck Buchanan does not get a Christmas card from those two.
Or any Pinty's chicken either.
Or any Penny's chicken either.
No.
Boy, that was good.
It was good. Guy downstairs said, "You liked that chicken, didn't you? We saw you up on the screen. You wiped your sleeve with it." I said, "Yep." Good chicken from
Look
Food
at
City.
Haley Deegan getting into the back of Brittany Zamora's car. Deegan to the inside. She and Zamora battling right now for position on the racetrack. That's battling for the 10th and 11th position. Holy cow.
80 laps in of 150 here, the Zombie Auto 150.
We are past the halfway point. The gloves come off here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Max McLaughlin and Colin Garrett are duking it out, going to 1 and 2 now.
And Rafael Lessard is gaining ground.
McLaughlin with that 7th spot. Garrett wants it, running in the 8th spot. Pretty good battle between those two, going into 3 and 4 now. 15-year-old Sam Mayer still leads away here with Chase Cabri chasing him, but yet to catch him.
Yeah, Chase has cut that margin down just a little bit. Sam's lead isn't quite as large as it once was. Oh, Rafael Lessard licking his chops right now. He looks up in front of him and sees those two cars battling for position. That's how he just got a couple of spots on the racetrack. He says, you guys go ahead, wear each other out. I'm going to move around you.
Colin Garrett right there on the back bumper. Max McLaughlin going into 1.
And Lessard has caught them both. As they roar off into turn number 2, Lessard about 2 car lengths behind Garrett's back bumper.
Man, all of a sudden, Lessard comes out of nowhere. He's right there.
They made some adjustments on that car on that pit stop, and I think he has come alive. McLaughlin goes high. Garrett takes the spot away. Lessard is right there. He's going to follow his tire tracks. He's going to go to the inside of McLaughlin, and now he's going to battle with Garrett.
McLaughlin hung out the drive at the moment. It is Garrett, it is Lessard, and McLaughlin trying to get back in the hunt, but right now he's going to be left behind as these two will set their sights on the 22 of Brandon Oakley, get around him in lap traffic.
Yeah, where's the lap car going? That's the question. Where's Oakley going to go? He gets out of the way. Garrett with the spot right now, and here comes Rafael Lessard as they go off into turn 2.
Lessard with that 8th spot now.
17-year-old Rafael Lessard. Winner here a year ago in the Short Track U.S. Nationals, now trying to make his mark in the K&N Series.
What an adrenaline rush for these youngsters driving and doing well at Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's last great coliseum.
This is a career-making place. You pick up a victory here, you go on the radar screen of the car owners at the Cup level and the truck level and the Xfinity level. All of a sudden, if they didn't know your name before, they do now.
Lap 89 out of 150. Coming out of 4, that battle still there between Diaz and McLaughlin. Also Haley Deegan up there now into the mix.
Brittany Zamora slips to the 13th position. That car has gone away. The handle on that car has gone away.
Sam Mayer now coming up on the back bumper of Haley Deegan. Trying to navigate around the 19 and the 1. Sparks flying off that 1.
Now it becomes it's really important for Mayer to tiptoe right here, because these cars, they may not be as fast as his car is, but they're a lot faster than some of the cars he just passed. So he's going to have to be extremely careful right here. And Haley Deegan is already not in a very good mood after the problem she had yesterday and then the incident on track a few minutes ago. So Mayer's going to have to tippy-toe right here.
Deegan going down inside, got a little nudge, and made contact with McLaughlin. He held it.
Told you she wasn't in a good mood.
No, she got into him a little bit. He held on and maintains the spot ahead of her. But right there, as those two were going on, that opens up the door for Mayer to come in there a little bit closer. It's a wad of 3 coming out of 4.
Oh, he needs to be careful that those two don't collect him. Chase Cabry in the chase right now as he runs in the second spot. He was watching as Mayer had to be very careful. He still has not cleared Haley Deegan.
McLaughlin wiggled. We'll maybe pick back up on a replay in a moment. McLaughlin wiggled coming down the front stretch and wobbled and wiggled, and that allowed those two to go on up the track. And so McLaughlin's dropped back now.
And Sam Mayer is able to now dispense with Haley Deegan's Toyota, and he has now stretched the lead back out to about 1 second over second place Chase Cabry.
95 in out of 150 for the Zombie Auto 150 in the K&N Series. These chariots will be back in August to do it again on a quadruple header weekend. The K&N Series, the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and of course the Bass Pro Shop NR8 Night Race and the Food City 300, the UNOH 200, presented by Ohio Logistics.
If you have never been to a Bristol night race, you got to come. It's just, there's no words.
We had a tease last night. We were under the lights for a while last night for folks. Got a little bit of a tease, but nothing like what you'll see here in August. The final August race for Bristol, as our 2020 date's been changed to September the 19th, and including one of the stops in the playoffs in 2020. In fact, an elimination race a year from now.
Watching the machine of Brandon McReynolds right now as he continues to battle with Drew Dollar in the 54. They come off turn number 4. They go around the machine of Max McLaughlin. 100 laps in the books. 50 laps remain here in the Zombie Auto 150. Caution flag flies now for the 4th time this afternoon. This is the stage 2 caution. Here on lap 101. So Sam Mayer has led the first 2/3 of the Zombie Auto 150. We'll find out here momentarily if he can close the deal. Chase Cabry has been in the second spot virtually all day, pretty much unchallenged all day. Drew Dollar runs in 3rd. Brandon McReynolds runs in 4th. Eric Krause runs in 5th.
Currently 6th on the grid is Spencer Davis. 7th will be the 18 machine of Colin Garrett. Running 8th will be Rafael Lassard, running 9th currently in the 24 machine of Mason Diaz, and rounding out the top 10, the 19 of the Bill McAnally Toyota of Haley Deegan. The IK9 Napa Power Premium Plus. Let's do a tease for tomorrow, my friend. We've got the youngsters up front. Chase Elliott, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, top 3. The old guard will be challenged tomorrow with the young guns. It's going to be a great race tomorrow for the Food City 500.
No doubt about that. And a lot of those young guns came from this series right here. William Byron ran 2nd here a few years ago in the K&N Series. Ryan Blaney has run here in the K&N Series. So, yeah, absolutely. Chase Elliott ran here in the K&N Series. So those graduates of this series have gone on. And as you say, they will occupy the top 4 spots in the starting lineup for the Food City 500. Coming up on Sunday afternoon here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So once again, the field is going to go back to pit road. They will all stop the cars. And once all the cars that are going to pit have come in, then we will allow them to begin work on the cars. And the official now signals they can go ahead and work on the cars. So very interesting. Some of the cars opting to stay out. So the leader, Sam Mayer, stays out on the racetrack. Chase Cabry stays out on the racetrack. Chuck Buchanan is many laps down, so we won't count him right here. The 54 of Drew Dollar stays out. Brandon McReynolds stays out. Derek Kraus will stay out. So only about less than half the field coming to the attention of their crew. The hood's up down here on the 24 car. Also the hood up on Brandon Oakley's car, the 22. And let's go downstairs to Jose.
Oh, thank you so much, Dave. Tom, y'all are doing a great job up there. It's nice listening to you in the headset here up there on Colossus TV. Calling this race, I'm hanging out here with Tracy. Now, Tracy joined us at the NASCAR Trackside Live stage this morning, 10 a.m., and we had Haley Deegan on the show, and you got an autograph from her.
I mean, her and Natalie Decker, my girls, and I was all the way up to the fence, and I actually waved them over to me and got a picture with them, got their autographs, Natalie's autographs on my sunglasses. But shout out to Chuck Buchanan for getting me these passes to be in the pits to watch them.
Nice, man. Well, I love the autograph, but I have to ask about the hat. That is a pretty sweet hat.
Dale Jr.'s my guy.
I love it. I love it. So would you be willing to maybe swap hats? What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to swap hats. You know what? Keep an eye on Haley. You know, she's down a little bit, but this race is not over, and the Zombie Auto 150 is going to be interesting. So you're going to want to keep watching, Bristol fans.
This shirt switch down here with this gentleman. That's good. So we are again at this stoppage point. We got about 48 laps to settle this again. Let's go back to the Food City 500, the top 5 rows tomorrow. Chase Elliott, William Byron will be in the front row, both Hendrick Motorsports. Row 2 tomorrow, Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones, all the young guns. Row 3, Denny Hamlin, former winner here, and Eric Amarola. Row 4 tomorrow, points champion Joey Logano and Clint Boyer. And row 5, Paul Menard, and how about it, Jimmy Johnson. David McGee starts 10th tomorrow, the 7-time champion. Maybe this will be the race tomorrow that gets his drought finished and gets his season turned around for JJ.
I think the tricky tipster special for this weekend may be Jimmy Johnson, because he came on late there in final practice today and was one of the 2 or 3 fastest cars on the racetrack. So Jimmy Johnson, they've got a good solid long run car. It obviously is a good short run car. They qualified great. So I think Jimmy Johnson is somebody that you cannot count out tomorrow. And then the other guy that you're going to have to not count out is the defending Food City 500 champion, because Kyle Busch was fast in both practice sessions today. So they had some issues yesterday. They didn't get the qualifying lap they wanted, but they proved during practice today that in a long-run situation, that 18 car is bad to the bone.
And the night race winner a year ago, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, was Kurt Busch. He'll start 27th, which is not where he wanted to go, obviously. Some other notables tomorrow. Young man who's always in the hunt, Kyle Larson, will start 16th. As you mentioned, Kyle Busch will start 17th. A gentleman who had a pretty good weekend here practicing, Brad Kozlowski, will start 12th. Kevin Harvick will start 13th. So it'll be all up for grabs tomorrow. Can Kyle Busch defend his crown from a year ago? We'll see. Some other notables, again, that will get a chance to put their name in the record book tomorrow for the Food City 500. Be here and be ready to go. Great pre-race, getting ready to get lined up tomorrow for that concert with the country star. Just went totally blank. His first name, last name is Hauser.
Yep.
And I apologize, but anyway, he is a gentleman that can crank out the hits. And so he'll be here the pre-race. Again, the commemorative limited edition print for the first 10,000 folks. So lots of reasons to be here tomorrow. We always do a lot of patriotic pre-race ceremonies to honor our veterans, which we are very proud to do each and every race here at Bristol. We love the veterans that have served this great country in all the branches of the military. So all that's tomorrow pre-race. Get here early, and we'll be ready to go. Can't wait to bring you the another installment, if you will, of the 2019 edition of the Food City 500.
So looking at the cars reassembling over on the backstretch. So let's make a note that the 21 stayed out, the 4 stayed out, the 54 stayed out. The 74 stayed out. The 16 stayed out.
And by the way, it is Randy Hauser. I apologize to the Hauser fans out there. I went blank, and so Randy Hauser will be the concert tomorrow here at the Speedway.
As opposed to Joe Hauser, who has a junkyard, and he can't sing a lick.
Oh, it's one of those senior moments. Randy Hauser will be here tomorrow.
I feel your pain. So Spencer Davis, the first car with new tires. As we get back to racing here, Spencer Davis, one of the cars that came to pit road and took tires. So he's going to restart. 8th position on the racetrack right now, behind 7 cars that stayed out and did not take tires. Does he have enough time? Yeah, he's got enough time. Does he have enough horse under him? That's the question. Because Sam Mayer and Chase Cabry, those guys have been out in front all day long, virtually trouble-free, something you never see at Bristol, is guys who get out into a lead and then never have to deal with anything. And that's been the case so far for Mayer and Cabry. And Drew Dollar running a good solid third right now. Brandon McReynolds, they stayed out. No changes for that car. Also no changes for Derek Kraus in the 16. So lots of storylines developing here this afternoon.
Let's run down the points real quick before we go back to action. Derek Kraus is your points leader. Brandon McReynolds currently second. Sam Mayer third. Colin Garrett fourth. Anthony Sergey currently fifth. Spencer Davis sixth. Ruben Garcia seventh in points. Then comes Drew Dollar eighth. Connor Hall, who's not here this weekend, he is currently ninth, and Max McLaughlin rounds out the top 10. So, yes, you want to win at Bristol, but you also want to keep tabs on your points as you move forward to the next races for this 2019 K&N Series season. So, points very critical here, and so...
And those top 6 are separated by 10 points.
10 points, exactly right. So, it is a tight race right now, and so this W this afternoon will be big for whoever brings home the checkers. And what we have, 46 laps, and here we go. Sam Mayer and also Chase Cabry and the rest of the field. Here we go.
Sam Mayer with the lead. Cabry's going to try to fire off and take that position away. It may be his only shot at Sam Mayer, and Mayer's going to battle away and take the spot away. So Chase Cabry, he had a shot right there but could not get it done. But look at Brandon McReynolds. He's up to the 3rd spot now. That's 74 car. He got around the 54 of Drew Dollar on the break there on the restart here in stage number 3, the final stage, the Zombie Auto 150.
Cabry gave him a charge, went up there and gave him a look and said, I'm going to give you a challenge, and he held him off for the moment. The 15-year-old Sam Mayer on lap 107. Obviously 43 to decide it here for the Zombie Auto 150.
Well, I'm telling you, that car has been on a rail since they unloaded it. That car has been flawless, and so has Sam Mayer. Write that name down. You're going to want to remember it in a couple of years. You're going to say, I was at Bristol the day. Let's see if he can deliver the goods here this afternoon.
Cabry chasing him down, but Sam Mayer clearly the man to catch here right now. Coming in third is McReynolds, currently fourth. Drew Dollar, pretty good battle for those two for third, going into 1 and 2. McReynolds for the moment holds off the 54 machine. And right back behind him comes Derek Kraus, and also right on his bumper coming out of 3 and 4 is the 18 of Colin Garrett.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the next battle on the racetrack is Garrett and Kraus, the 16 and the 18, as they go off to turn number 2. Less than a car length between them. They go down the back straightaway.
40 laps left. The sand's drifting to the hourglass, and they know it. They got to make a move. They're going to do it. Timer's running out here this afternoon with the Zombie Auto 150 to make your move here.
Haley Deegan back into the top 10. Doesn't look like she's going to be able to challenge for the win today. A lot of the preseason pre-race conversation centered on her and the success she's had this season, but not to be the weekend that Haley Deegan and her team were looking for.
Sam Mayer stretches his lead now against Chase Cabry. McReynolds, meanwhile, and Dollar are fairly close coming out of 3 and 4. Maybe a car length separates those two, along with Derek Kraus, and on his back bumper and gaining ground is Colin Garrett right now. In fact, he's going to go up and go side by side with Kraus going into 3 and 4.
Garrett, good battle right there. Garrett to the bottom, Kraus to the high side.
They're battling for 5th, and right now Kraus has held him off for the time being, but he goes down low, does Colin Garrett and Kraus are side by side in the shade down the backstretch here, going into 3 and 4.
Tell you what, that is so tough to run that close together and not get into each other. A lot of skill right here on display as Derek Kraus keeps the high lane and keeps the momentum wound up. But here comes Garrett off the bottom. Looks like Kraus has got just a little bit more steam under the hood, but boy, Garrett is not going to give up.
Seal Colossus, Haley Deegan has made an unexpected stop at the pits for the 19. That's a tough break for Haley Deegan. The IK9 machine you see on Colossus on the screen.
Been a tough weekend for that team. I'm telling you, they've had one problem after another.
33 laps to decide it.
Sam Mayer 1.7 seconds out in front. He is large and in charge and coming up on lap traffic one more time. Mayer to the high side as he goes around Brandon Oakley in the 22 car. Trying to work very carefully around lap traffic here at BMS. Drawing in on the back bumper of Max McLaughlin's number 1. Thanks for the folks from Fans Choice TV for tuning in with us this afternoon here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It has been a very entertaining afternoon, but it has been one that Sam Mayer, if he could have written a script, this is what it would have been. Mayer now just pulling away. 1.8 seconds the margin over second place Chase Cabry. Cabry really needs a caution right here.
30 laps left to accent how quickly things can happen at Bristol. Just go back to the Xfinity race when Brandon Jones was leading that race, and boom, and 2 laps later he hits the outside wall on 2 and his day is done. So you say you've got it in control and you think you do, but at Bristol it can jump up and bite you. But right now Sam Mayer, as David said, is in control of this race. He is pulling away from the field. But again, it's Bristol, and anything can happen, and typically does here at the world's last great Coliseum.
Well, you got to think he's going to, by the end of this race, he's going to have 100 laps on this set of tires. So his tires are going to be starting to give way here. But interesting to see that Spencer Davis has not been able to make up any ground. Davis, the only driver in the top 10 that came and took tires, and Davis still in the 7th position. So just been unable to do anything, even though he came in and got tires on that last pit stop.
Sam Mayer going into 1 and 2. He'll look next. Lap traffic in front of him is Anthony Sergey. As we're down to 26 laps to decide the Zombie Auto 150 here. Mayer gaining on the lap traffic. Again, it's Anthony Sergey. Sergey currently 5th in points. Would not want to be lapped, of course, by your leader. That's something he does not want to see happen.
Spencer Davis try to get to the inside of the 18 and Colin Garrett as they come up on the lap car. Oh, slides up in front of Garrett, barely makes the pass and clears Brandon Oakley. Now he's coming after Derek Kraus. Oh, that was a moment. Kraus has to know he's back there. Those fresher tires started to come alive for Spencer Davis.
Davis currently running 6th. Kraus is 5th. He wants that 5th spot, and he's coming after it. And he will chase him down in 1 and 2 with 23 laps left here, the Zombie Auto 150.
Sam Mayer out in front, stretches the lead now to 2.1 seconds. He is unchallenged this afternoon. The trick to that, though, with 22 laps to go, 21 laps now up on the scoreboard, the trick to that is now you start to hear every noise. You start to feel like the tire's vibrating. What's going on? Where'd that noise come from? What's going on with the motor? Because now you can't be beaten. But
you are 15 years old and leading a race at Bristol Motor Speedway for your first time out on the track. You talking about butterflies and adrenaline rush and trying to make sure, as you said, doing a self-checklist in his mind, okay, don't do this wrong, don't do this wrong. Just stay the course.
Hit your marks and just do your job.
Wow.
Coming up on a lap car is Sam Mayer as they go down the back straightaway.
I'd have butterflies like B-52s in my belly right now. Goodness gracious, thinking, what would I do wrong here? Don't misstep if I was in his shoes. Again, Sam Mayer with lap 132 clicked off here. Bristol Motor Speedway. Sion Colossus, this 15-year-old is going to make a lot of noise and turn some heads if he can hang on to win this.
Just past Tanner Gray, now working Rafael Lassard in the 50 car and Max McLaughlin in the 1. So they go down the back straightaway. 17 laps to go. Rafael Lassard, the next driver to get picked off. Sam Mayer is going to try to put a lap down. Let's follow the leader around as he looks to the inside of Rafael Lassard going into turn number 1. Lassard goes high, Mayer goes low. Rafael gives him lots of real estate.
15 laps left. Does this remind you what happened back in 1979? Guy by the name of Earnhardt out here, kind of.
He didn't have that much lead.
But how many races had he had under his belt at Bristol before he won?
First trip here.
There you go. So Sam Mayer on the 40-year anniversary of Dale Earnhardt's first Cup victory here. Here's a 15-year-old's making his first start at Bristol. And he's 13 laps away from doing the same kind of thing that Dale Sr. did here.
So Sam Mayer crosses start-finish line. 12 laps to go at the Zombie Auto 150.
It's his to lose, folks. He is half. As he goes into 1, Cabri's coming out of 4. That tells you what kind of lead he's got with 11 laps left.
Almost 3 full seconds. He is on cruise right now.
Brandon McReynolds currently 3rd. 4th is Drew Dollar. 5th is Spencer Davis. 6th right now is the 16 ride of Derek Kraus, your points leader. 7th currently is Colin Garrett. 8th is the 24 Mason Diaz. 9th is the 50 machine of Rafael Lassard. And rounding out the top 10 is the 15 of Tanner Graves. Had problems, and to his credits, fought it all afternoon to get him a 10th place at this point with 9 laps to go for Tanner Gray.
Boy, Tanner Gray's got to be disappointed. Coming back to Bristol, had several starts over here in the Pro Stock division, the NHRA side at Thunder Valley, and I know he was anticipating coming here and this being such a legendary place, such a legacy place. And Tanner Gray, I'm sure, is disappointed in the weekend that his team has had, getting involved in that first incident there on lap number 1, and they've never been able to overcome it.
The last thing Sam Mayer wants right now is a caution.
Oh.
He says, no problems from anybody, please. I've got 6 laps to win this thing.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Yes, don't do anything crazy, anybody, so I can win this thing. Sam Mayer coming up on lap traffic. It'll be Mason Diaz he is approaching as it goes into 1 and 2.
5 laps to go. 5 laps remain. The Zombie Auto 150. Sam Mayer, the margin at the stripe was 3.3 seconds over Chase Cabry with Brandon McReynolds in 3rd.
Max McLaughlin gets out of the way so Sam can go around him. 4 laps now for Sam Mayer. 15-year-old making his first start at Bristol. You don't think this is going to get some people's attention in the industry? It will. Would we be able to say at this point a rising star in this sport, Sam Mayer?
I think that's a fair label to apply to him.
3 laps left for the 21.
That's a pretty famous number if you want to throw out legendary names. I mean, there's a guy named Pearson drove that number at one time. He was a pretty good driver, they say.
Marty Lindley, the crew chief, probably on pins and needles on top of that pit box right now, or down in the pit.
They have prepared a hot rod today.
Got 2 to go here for his driver.
1 to go. White flag in the air. Sam Mayer. Last time around, Bristol Motor Speedway yesterday, he set the qualifying record. He made the fastest 1-lap run. Today, 150 laps. He's led them all. Sam Mayer wins the Zombie Auto 150 at Bristol.
15-year-old Sam Mayer, his first start of the world's fastest half-mile. What an accomplishment. What an adrenaline rush for a 15-year-old youngster to bring home the checkers on any level at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's go down and see what Jose's got to find out about for us. Jose, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, thank you so much. We're down here with second place. Chase, you know, sometimes you feel like a gladiator and sometimes you feel like a zombie at the end of the race here at Bristol. It can be a tough one. How you feeling?
I'd say a little bit of both. I really thought we had the pace to run with them there in the beginning. And the first stage, we kind of closed on them in the end, and he got away from us in lap traffic. I was just way too loose to move up and get around lap cars. So thought we had something for him at the end, and then at that last stage, he turned the wick up. I got a little tight, and hats off to him. He drove a great race, and just can't thank my crew enough. You know, it's good to come out of here with a top 5 run, and we'll keep plugging away and go on to the next one and hopefully come out with a championship there at the end of the year.
Good. Well, Chase Cabry there, great run for him coming in second. Bristol, like you said, a little bit of both, a little gladiator, a little zombie sometimes.
Thank you very much, Jose, as we wait for Sam Mayer to exit the car down there in Victory Lane. Somebody please check his driver's license, will you?
A little bit of gladiator and a little bit of zombie. I like that. It's a good combination. So earlier today, Christopher Bell, a youngster, wins the Alsco 300, and now a 15-year-old Sam Mayer. And guess what? A youngster of sorts tomorrow, Chase Elliott's on the pole for the Food City 500.
The youth movement is in full force at Bristol this weekend.
No question.
Thanks to the folks at Fans Choice TV for tagging along here this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Sam Mayer did everything he could to ruin it. Outstanding performance. And now let's go downstairs to Victory Lane.
Down here with Sam Mayer, the winner of tonight's NASCAR K&N Pro Series East Zombie Auto 150. Sam, your rookie season here in the K&N Pro Series East, you laid every lap almost wire to wire. How cool is it to get your first K&N East win here at Bristol?
I mean, Thunder Valley, man, it's one of the coolest places on the planet, and coming out here and winning like this, it means a lot. Everyone at GMS and Marty and everyone on the crew, Chevrolet, means so much.
Now, one of the questions that we were asking, do you even have your driver's license?
I have my learner's permit, so I mean, if that counts for anything.
A learner's permit ends up in Victory Lane today here at Bristol Motor Speedway. But to present the trophy with Zombie Auto is Don Sims.
Zombie Auto 150.
Thank you very much.
And also to present the famous Bristol Motor Speedway sword and trophy, VP of Sales here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Greg Harvey.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Sam. Anybody that dominates like you did today is awesome. And on behalf of Bruton and Marcus Smith, Jerry Caldwell, and all the Bristol fans here, with domination, you get 2 sets of hardware here. So you got the Bristol Trophy, one of our famous trophies, and also you get to go away with a sword. So we want to congratulate you on a job well done today.
There you guys go. Your winner here tonight in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East, leading almost wire to wire, 15-year-old Sam Mayer.
Did he not lead every lap?